What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another Emerald Shrine video. Today, me, D'Lo, and Ish are going to be covering the 2022 season of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. So we can all pretty much agree that 2022 was a pretty big year for Sonic and his image and pretty much everything that Sega had to offer for the character himself. We got the Sonic movie 2, Sonic Origins, Sonic Frontiers, and they just came out. I would kind of count this also into 2022, which is Sonic Prime, even though it's kind of carrying over into this year. I still count that. That came out in. Did that come
Yeah,
out
no, it came out like late December.
late December? All right, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
late December. Sonic Prime 2022 still that also counts. So we're also adding that in there too. And yeah, we're pretty much going to be giving our thoughts and opinions and how Sega has done just a really good job at bringing the franchise and the community back to life after having such a and an I'll say it in my opinion a pretty like dry spell for the past couple of years. So let's kick it off. Let's talk
yeah, man.
about the Sonic movie 2.
All right, yeah.
Devon, you want to start with the Sonic movie too?
Yeah, man. Well, first and foremost, man, Sonic is back. I feel like there's no question now. This has probably been the biggest year um of Sonic probably ever. It's crazy that we used to have so much games and on the media in general used to just come out kind of like every year. And what this is five. This has been 5 years of before Frontiers from Forces. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. But Sonic movie 2, right? I don't even know what else to say about it. I think it definitely put to bed. If the first movie didn't, it put to bed that video game movies are and can be really good. Especially with the Mario movie coming out, that's gonna be really good too. But Sonic movie 2 was really good. It was way better than the first. It was much more faithful to the game's lore and everything. So yeah, I really enjoyed Sonic movie 2.
Yeah, I think the Sonic movie too. It had sort of the best of both worlds. It kept the original audience, and then it also opened to the newer audience, the newer younger audience. The people that came after us. So the fact that they kind of like honed in on that attitude of the movie is really good to keep people engaged with the franchise. And I agree with you. Kind of stayed true to its roots. To the lore of the games and stuff like that. I think it was pretty spot on, and I'm actually looking really forward to Sonic Movie 3 with
Oh yeah,
the one and
the Adventure
only.
fan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What are
Always
your
been.
final thoughts on Sonic Movie 2? Really, how did it I feel like it really sort of catapulted Sonic as a franchise up in the air for the entire year 2022 up until Frontiers came out.
I think it
What do
made
you
the
think?
franchise more mainstream in terms of the community itself. So now the first movie tried to do that, but it still I don't think it reached as wide of an audience as it could have or as it should have, I think. But the second movie definitely like drew in like dog. I saw the movie late. I saw the movie like maybe like a month late. And there were like still theaters packed to go see the movie. I was like, dang.
Did you get spoiled?
I didn't get spoiled, nah. I had everything on
Okay,
Twitter
good,
muted, I
bro.
promise. So I didn't
Because
get
they
spoiled at
were
all.
going crazy with them spoilers.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean they did a good job. Nothing more I can say about it.
Yeah, bro. Just go off of what both of you were saying. The first movie made me more excited about what was gonna come after it. Like the first movie wasn't like it was a good time. It was pretty good. Like I don't think it was anything special, but we freaking bullied them into recreating the design and all that stuff. We already know how that turned out. We don't need to go over that, but um, it made me more excited for the second movie. And I think, in my opinion, the second movie delivered on all fronts. Even like I know people complain about the humans and stuff. I didn't think that was annoying. I didn't think that was bad by any means. I found myself laughing at that, than more than anything else in the movie. So yeah, I really enjoyed Sonic movie too.
Yeah, and I think that the Sonic movie, the second movie, I feel like that was Sega like, you know, cracking down and saying, "Yo, we are serious about bringing this franchise back to life. We are serious about anything Sonic related going forward." And I think that's kind of like what 2022 did for them. Was this was them making their mark, saying we are very serious about this. I feel like a lot of the games they put out in the past, a lot of the content they were putting out in the past, they were kind of just putting it out just to put it out. But this time they were
Yeah,
putting it out
just
to make a statement, and that's what made it so good.
yeah.
So yeah, that's my
Yeah.
last thought. But yeah, so yeah, on to the next Sonic Origins. How we feeling about that?
Anyone else want to go first?
I
Or
have zero opinions on Sonic Origins. To be completely honest with you, it feels exactly the same as the previous games felt. I feel like Sonic Origins was sort of this like love letter to the classic fans. You know, even though Sega and the developers of Sonic Origins weren't exactly on the same page, to be completely honest, I think from an article I read that there was a bug in the game like that's Sega's fault or something. I'm not really sure of like the details on that, but I think overall that game in itself. I mean, I don't really have any strong opinions about it. I enjoyed it for what it is. I watched other people play it. I played a little bit myself. I think it's a love letter to the classic fans all over. Really enjoy that. And I don't think going forward that they're really going to touch base on the classic era as much as they did this year and years before that.
yeah, I mean, there's been so many collections of the classic games. Honestly, like in the past 10 years, like I don't think there's really a point to kind of just be milking this out, unless they go with a full new classic game like Mania or something, which we do need a Mania too. But um, yeah, I'm not so high on Origins. Maybe that's the Mega Collection fan in me, but like you said, the developers and all of them not being on the same page seems like that's a kind of a common thing, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they did the same thing with Sonic Boom. Even that game failed. But I mean,
Yeah,
you're rushing a game that's like an exclusive to the. You should be taking your time. But
and it's crazy. Yeah. I mean, just he said, even though when I didn't really notice that many bugs. I've seen them. I didn't really run into them like that. Um, I know people he wasn't really a big fan of the whole music change from Sonic 3, which I don't know why they used the specific tracks they did. I believe there was a beta that released not too long ago. They released the beta tracks in the I believe in the correct sound font. I don't remember if this is the right way or not. But I don't know why they didn't use that instead of what we really got. Those songs aren't bad by any means, but I feel like Ice Cap and Launch Base nothing really beats that. And it's funny because for the longest time up until I think literally was it I think it was last year we were trying to find out if the whole world was trying to find out if Michael Jackson actually composed Sonic 3's soundtrack or if the one that we originally got was Michael Jackson. And everyone literally there was a video for like a freaking documentary on it of trying to figure it out. And um, I think Izuka he posted on Twitter basically just out of nowhere just saying, yeah, this is MJ's tracks or whatever. Like, bro, we could have had that forever. But um, yeah, I'm not really too high. Like, I think it's okay. I think obviously Christian Whitehead from Sonic 1, 2, and CD, those ports are amazing. And it's good that they're finally on consoles instead of just mobile. Um, I still think the definitive way to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles is Sonic 3 Air. I was saying Sonic 3 Angel Island revisited, but honestly, yeah, it's kind of iffy. The way I kind of feel about that, it's not as bad as Colors Ultimate, even though I want to like Colors Ultimate so bad. Um, it's kind of the same thing with that, so I'm kind of iffy on that. Really?
Um, I think that Sonic Origins wasn't made for the OG audience. I firmly believe that Sega wanted that to be a game for the younger audience. Hence why there's so many different modes, hence why they took away lives, and they added a bunch of different things that even though the old fans have already experienced, they added it, in my opinion, for the new people.
I think that's why this collection was made to kind of capitalize off the movie for people to see, you know, Sonic's origins, pretty much, literally Sonic's origins. Pretty much, and I can get behind that. I think it still just sucks though, man, because it could have been so much better. Like, I mean, they got the money, I guess, but
And that's
you
when I
know,
got that conclusion. Like I came to that conclusion when I was playing it. I'm like, it doesn't make sense because they have all the money, they have the team, so why isn't it better? And the only thing I could think of was they just didn't want it to be better. That's it. That they wanted it to be what it was. They did that, and that's why it was that when they put it out. That was the conclusion I came to. I was okay with that. I was like, okay, cool. That's what they wanted to do. And then I can do about that.
That makes sense.
it shouldn't
I
it
understand
shouldn't
that.
be like it shouldn't be like that though.
I'm not saying it.
You know,
I mean, I think that when it comes, I think they have a plan. I won't say they dropped Origins without
It
a
was
plan.
an individual studio, so I'm pretty sure they had a plan and they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah.
So, like, they needed
No,
Sega's
and again-
technical backing for that. They had a
Yeah,
goal
that
down to
yeah, no,
achieve
that's
it.
more on Sega than you know than them, because they obviously wanted to put the time and put the love into it that it should have gotten. Not to say that there wasn't nothing to put in it, but they wanted to take more time on it. Sega wanted it rushed. And again, I mean, it's not bad. I just think it could have been better, and I feel like that's the kind of case for a lot of Sonic games in the past.
That's a fair way to
Yeah,
feel, bro.
that's pretty much the underlying. Is it could have been better in some shape or form, but you can really say that about any video game these days. So I wouldn't say that's something I would want to highlight as far as like the overall experience with that. I would just take it for what it is.
I enjoyed Origins. I enjoyed it for what it
making my
was, bro.
opinion.
I played it.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
got,
a bad
I
game.
got
I
2
just
days
feel
worth of
like,
stream content, and I was happy. I'm like, hey, man, I
Yeah.
got to experience
Yeah.
I even played it off stream a little bit. I was like, I was having fun with it. I was gonna speed run, but then school got busy, so I stopped playing the game. And then I was getting ready for Frontiers. So I
Speedrunning,
mean,
that's crazy, but I understand.
Yeah,
bro, I was just
I can get behind
we
that.
were I think we were on the hurricane. No. We were on some kind of break or something, so I was home, so I was bored. But yeah,
No, definitely not.
no, not spring
Oh,
break.
no.
But yeah. On to the next one, the big one. Sonic Frontiers.
We know we're not gonna really touch base too heavily on Sonic Frontiers. Have the link up above in post. So Sonic Frontiers, pretty much, we all gave the game what 8 out of 10 when we reviewed it, right? 8 out of 10.
Something like that.
Pretty solid. Huge step forward for the Sonic franchise. And I was actually reading this review between like this dude on Twitter and the director of the game. He was, and I probably can't even find these tweets and put it in post, but what he was saying was that he was taking a lot of feedback from the fans, from everybody who played the game, and like he's actually like replying to people on Twitter about how they would have did this or that. And what really highlighted like a lot of people's concerns about the game was the ending, which is why he sort of announced this whole redo the ending thing with the coming DLC in 2023 for Sonic Frontiers. That's just like a heads up for you guys if you didn't know that. I don't think they said that when they announced the 2023 expansion for Sonic Frontiers. But that was pretty highlighted in the conversation they were having. He was also saying that after Frontiers, it's like sort of this, that's like the baseline for what the next generation of the series is going to be. They had the classic, they had the adventure, and now you have this one.
Yeah, and I think that alone is a step in the right direction. I think we've gone so long just feeling like, these people don't really care about this franchise at times, and I don't know. The fact that he's taking feedback, like I've seen a little bit of that myself. The fact that he's taking this feedback, and I've seen that it's been, as of lately, it's been kind of like too much and it's been like negative, but like for the most part it's been positive, and again, it is a step in the right direction. This whole thing, like, it has its problems, but it's a step in the right direction, for the most part. So
Yeah, overall, it's the greatest thing to have happened in the last 5 years or so. So I'm not complaining at all.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like this this game showed, and like in my personal opinion, everything else they dropped in 2022, it just
Yeah.
showed that they care, and that's what's important, right? Fan
Yeah.
bases hate feeling like they are not cared about. That is the one thing that, in my personal opinion, a lot of franchises get wrong, is that they don't consider the fans. The
Yeah.
fans, in my opinion, should come first when you are making a product or a franchise or anything in general. The people that are using it should come first. So I do commend Sega once again, the whole team, for everything they've been doing this year. It's been a good year.
I think they know because the fans here, at least from my experience, very vocal about this kind of thing. A lot of the fans that the director is reacting to were people that lived in the states. They specifically said they're gonna put that like as a top priority. So going forward, they should be very well versed and very conscious of exactly what they're doing and how they're doing it, based on the people talking about it, so on and so forth. They even mentioned a joke about watching YouTube videos and people reacting to the game doing reviews, which is kind of crazy.
So
And
Sega, if you see
again,
this
I
video, please
think,
sponsor us.
and again, I think a big thing about this, just goes back to the movie. Even in the game, there's a lot of references from the movie, like when you get a power boost from all of the rings. The animation of him powering is literally one to one. I think from the final scene from Sonic Movie 1.
Yep.
I think they're trying to really capitalize off the popularity of the movie, which, I mean, of course, isn't a bad thing. Sonic Frontiers is a really good game, and it is well worth your money, especially when this DLC comes out. It's definitely be well worth your money, for sure.
1,000%.
But yeah, again, like I said with the about Sonic Movie 1, I think the first movie, while I did enjoy it, I was more so excited for what was going to come next. Even though I really do like Sonic Frontiers, I'm way more excited for what's going to come next, in the next game. And the fact that they're bringing it back, playable characters with Tails, Amy, and Knuckles. I don't remember the last time they were actually playable for real
Sonic
in
Fighters.
an actual game.
I'm so serious. I think that's last time.
Like it's been a long time.
Sounds good to me for sure.
All right, so
Moving
that
on
means
to
last thing on our list,
lastly,
Sonic Prime. How
all
are we
right.
feeling?
This is gonna be
about it?
our first talk about Prime. So I think we're all fresh off the series, season one. I think it was about 8, 9 episodes. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? You think this it was a good media release for the franchise?
I haven't finished it because I've been doing a lot of other work. So I'm on
Fair enough.
episode, I believe 5. I'm on episode 5.
Halfway through.
We
Okay.
will be we will
I
be doing
want. So now, as I was saying before, their target audience is very important. This
1000%.
one was not for me at my current age.
This
However,
was not for Sonic X fans.
yeah, this was this. If I was like 7 years old again, I would have fell in love with this show and it would be my favorite show of all time.
I would've been
1
drooling, yeah, bro.
billion%. I think that this show was made for the younger audience, and I think they did an amazing job doing that. A lot of the comedy is centered. I'm sorry, a lot of the comedy is targeted towards them. Hence why, in my opinion, I feel like they made Sonic kind of dumb. I don't like that. Personally, I don't like that. But I
agree
get it,
100%.
right? Like, I get what they were going for. And I don't know any kids that watch it, so I can't be like, yo, what'd you think of it? Like, none of my cousins watch Sonic like that. I'm like the only Sonic fan. They watch anime, but not Sonic, which is weird to me. So I don't got nobody to ask
Sonic
about
X
it.
technically anime.
But I thought it was good. Like, I thought the show was good.
Everything that I don't necessarily like about it is like very like nitpicky and like can just be kind of looked over. But I think the only thing to me that's like concerning is that technically this game has been confirmed to be canon to the actual series.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the
Why
word on the
is
streets.
Shadow on Green Hills?
So, I think with the characterization of Sonic in particular, everyone else is kind of like whatever, but I don't have a problem with how everyone is. Like, for example, Sonic Boom obviously isn't canon. It's a spinoff. It's his own thing. I'm I'm cool with how it was and like everything because it's not technically in the main timeline. I just don't really like his characterization that much. I think it's people kind of complain, like, say whatever about the movie, but again, the movie isn't in the actual timeline. It's his own thing, so I can get behind that. But it's not necessarily can't like it isn't coherent to what he is before, especially with Frontiers coming out. Like it is way different. But no, other than that, like I think it's fine. I think I like X a little bit more. I guess it's nostalgia right now, but Prime is pretty good.
I agree with that. I agree with the. It's a little, it's very lackluster on Sonic's part. I believe, his character in Frontiers is completely different than his in Prime, which is why it kind of threw me off canon. Because I'm like, how, you know? But I mean, if they say so, it is what it is. I gotta take what we get and just go off of that. But I really enjoyed Prime, bro. It was a good cartoon, like morning cartoon type of vibe, bro. Something I can sit here and critique the entire time because I'm not gonna do that. That show is not meant for me to do. It's for kids. That's something that we have to remember. That is for children, not people our age who grew up on Sonic X, who grew up on the original Sonic TV shows. Like that's gone. That's in the past, right? So we have to just adapt to what Prime is trying to do and just take what's good for it, accept the bad, and just create our own opinions on it. That's really it. Season 2 confirmed. If you guys didn't know that, definitely looking forward to that. As far as like the show itself, and I'm not sure if we're gonna do an entire review in this video, but just to go off like my overall opinion for Prime, it's going in the right direction for what the story is lined up to be, given the ending scene with Shadow. But I do want to have some sort of, because I do like the world building too. Everyone has a very distinct personality, which I do appreciate. That has not been done in the Sonic franchise in a long time. I just don't like you said, how ridiculously slow mentally Sonic is sometimes. But it's his character, him being slow sometimes, which kind of pushes the story forward, which I understand. But it's also something I don't like that they chose to do it that way. You get it? But I
No,
mean,
I feel
other
you. I
than
agree.
that, yeah. But other than that, I mean, outside of that sort of critique of Prime, I really like the show for what it is, and I like to see like what they do, with the story and the multiple Eggman universe dudes. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah.
Yeah. Nah, the Egg Council is pretty cool. I do like them, and I really do like what they did with Shadow. Yeah, this has probably been the best Shadow in a while.
Yeah, speaking on that, I
I,
really like how they conservatively for this first season and kind of just don't put them out there, for like, ratings and stuff. They kind of just
yeah.
they really use them for the story purposes. Like I felt they used them specifically at certain points.
So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with him
Yeah,
going forward. But I
100%.
really like what he's doing so far. So
Yeah. Is there
Anything else about
any
the
final thoughts?
yeah, man.
Sega team. I truly believe that they know what they're doing. They have a plan. They have a goal. Whatever that goal is, as long as they keep it consistent, I am not complaining. I think they're doing everything really well compared to other AAA studios and franchises right now. They, in my personal opinion, are doing it the best. I don't really know any other AAA studios that put out this much content in 1 year, and it was all at least a 7. Like, that's pretty crazy to me. So I think they're doing a really good job, and they should keep it up. And that us as the community should support them and provide positive, constructive criticism.
Positive only, bro. Do not. That's one thing, bro. Do not play the game out of spite. Do not watch the movies out of hate. Watch it with a clear mind, bro. Watch any media with a clear mind. Prime, Sonic 1 and 2, all that, bro. Do not hate watch
bro.
anything.
And I think just even going off that, like, um, even at the Game Awards, even though
You got
Frontiers
cucked.
lost,
I still am mad about that.
even even though Frontiers lost to Genshin Impact in the Players' Choice Awards, and whatever the case may be, I do think we got what we wanted out of that, which was to show Sonic Team that we really do care and we really believe in kind of like what they're doing. Because I think they really needed to hear that too. So Yeah. So I think I think we're moving in the right direction, and I think that they know that they can have a peace of mind that they're doing what they're moving in the right direction themselves. So, yeah.
But
But
yeah.
yeah. Anything else?
Final thoughts, fellas.
All right, that sounds like that's it. Well, in that case, thank you all for watching this video. We really hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for our future videos. I also want to say, comment down below what was your favorite moment of the 2022 year for the Sonic team and what you're looking forward to in 2023 and 2024 going forward. You know, what are you guys looking forward to? What do you hope they fix, make better? Leave it down in the comments below.
Yes, sir.
And we will
Yes,
see you
sir.
guys next time.